What's up, Pokemon Masters? It's me one more time, Brian Gamer, and guys, today I have the top 10 of the best grass type Pokemons in Pokemon Go. So let's get started. First, we have here Shadow Executor. Shadow Executor is a grass and also psychic type Pokemon. It has a max CP of 3508, an attack of 233, a defense of 149, and finally a stamina of 216. In general, it's a good Pokemon, I would say, as it is a dark Pokemon. Of course, the attack is gonna be a little bit higher, but the defenses and stamina are gonna. I think it's only the defense is gonna be decreasing a little bit. We have to be very careful against bug type Pokemons, but that's pretty much it, guys. We're basically weak against types as are bug, dark, fire, flying, ghost, ice, poison, and then we're resistant to electric, fighting, grass, ground, psychic, and water. Then let's talk about the fast attacks. We have Send Headbutt. This one is a legacy. Then we have Confusion, Bullet Seed, Extrasensory, and finally as charge moves, we have Seed Bomb, Psychic, Solar Beam, and finally Frustration, guys. The best moveset for this Pokemon as a Psychic type Pokemon would be Confusion and also Psychic, but if you guys are going to use it as a Grass type Pokemon, I would recommend you guys to use Bullet Seed and also Seed Bomb. I think that's a very good moveset. But it depends on the way you're using it. If it's for PvP or for gyms and raids. So yeah, let's go to the next Pokemon. Okay, guys, so in the ninth place we have Sky Farm Chiming. This Pokemon is a grass and also flying type Pokemon. It has a max CP of 4061, a attack of 261, a defense of 166, and finally stamina of 225. It is weak against the ice type Pokemons, also fire, flying, poison, and finally rock. It is very resistant to ground, grass, flying, and finally water. In general, I say this Pokemon is really good. It has a great attack. Also, the stamina is really good. The defenses are lacking a little bit, but that's not like a complication for this Pokemon. So yeah, let's talk about the fast attacks. It has Sand Headbutt and also Hidden Power. And then as charge move, we have Solar Beam, Grass Knot, Energy Ball, and also Seed Flare. The best moveset for this Pokemon would be Sand Headbutt and also Grass Knot. And that's pretty much it, guys. Let's go to the next Pokemon. In the eighth place, we have Shadow Torterra. Shadow Torterra is a grass and also ground type Pokemon. It has a max CP of 3318, a attack of 202, a defense of 108, and finally stamina of 216. In general, I would say that this Pokemon is very calibrated. The attack, defenses, and stamina are very close to each other, and that basically means this Pokemon is gonna be resisting a lot. It won't be making like a huge amount of damage, but it will be enough. So yeah, this Pokemon is weak against ice, also bug, fire, and flying type Pokemon, and it is resistant to electric, ground, and finally rock. As fast attacks, this Pokemon has a bite, also Rustle Leaf, and as charge moves, it has Earthquake, Stone Edge, Solar Beam, Sand Thump, Frenzy Plan. This one is a legacy move from the community day, and finally Frustration. The best moveset for this Pokemon would be Razor Leaf and also Frenzy Plan, guys. So yeah, let's go to the next Pokemon. Okay, guys, at seventh place we have Shadow Sceptile. Shadow Sceptile is only a grass type Pokemon. This Pokemon is the starter of, I think, the third generation of Pokemon. If I'm not sure, guys, if I'm wrong, please forgive me about that one. But yeah, it has a max CP of 3117, a attack of 223, a defense of 169, and finally stamina of 172. As it is a dark Pokemon, it's gonna be having less defense and also I think less stamina. I'm not sure, but the attack is gonna be a little bit higher, so that's great. It's kind of like a glass cannon, I would say. But yeah, this Pokemon is weak against bug, fire, flying, ice, and also poison, and it is resistant to electric, grass, ground, and water. As fast attacks, it has Fury Cutter and also Bullet Seed, and as charge moves, it has Earthquake, Aerial Ace, Dragon Claw, Leaf Blade, Frenzy Plant. This one is the community day move, a legacy. Then it has Frustration and finally Breaking Swipe. The best moveset for this Pokemon would be Fury Cutter and also Frenzy Plant. So let's go to the next Pokemon. At sixth place, we have Shadow Venusaur. Shadow Venusaur is a grass and also poison type Pokemon. It has a max CP of 3075, a attack of 198, a defense of 189, and finally stamina of 190. So I would say in general this Pokemon is very equilibrated. It has the stats very close to each other, and that allows Venusaur to be resisting a lot of time in a fight or anything. So that's something great for a starter. It is very vulnerable to fire, also flying, ice, and finally psychic type Pokemon, and it is resistant to grass, electric, fairy, fighting, and finally water type Pokemons. It has as a fast attacks Bind Whip and also Razor Leaf, and as charge moves it has Petal Blizzard, Sludge Bomb, then Solar Beam, Frenzy Plant. This one is a legacy move from the Community Day, and finally Frustration. Uh, the best moveset for this Pokemon would be Bind Whip and also Frenzy Plant, guys. If you use it for PvP, I would recommend you to also have it with this other attack is Sludge Bomb to have more coverage against other typings. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go to the next Pokemon. At fifth place, we have Shadow Tangrowth. Shadow Tangrowth is a grass type Pokemon. It has a max CP of 3425, a attack of 207, a defense of 184, and finally stamina of 225. In general, this Pokemon has really good stamina. The defenses are okay, and the attack is okay too. Like it doesn't seem like this Tangrowth is gonna be dealing like a huge amount of damage, but it is very resistant. It's a very bulky Pokemon, so that's something good. Some points for Tangrowth. It is vulnerable to bug, fire, ice, flying, and also poison type Pokemons. It is resistant to electric, grass, ground, and water. It has some fast attacks as are Bind Whip and also Infestation. And as charged move, it has Ancient Power, Rock Slide, Sludge Bomb, Solar Beam, Power Whip, and finally Frustration. The best movesets for this Pokemon would be Bind Whip and also Power Whip. And as I guys told you before, if you want to have more coverage or anything, I would recommend you to have like a Rock Slide. I mean, Rock Slide or Ancient Power to have like a counter against flying type Pokemons and also ice type Pokemons. So that would be pretty much it. I mean, also Bug, I think. I'm not really sure, guys, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go to the next Pokemon. Okay, guys, in the fourth place we have Sarud. Sarud is a dark and also grass type Pokemon. It is the mythical Pokemon from the 8th generation, if I'm not sure. This Pokemon has a max CP of 4334, a attack of 242, a defense of 215, and finally a stamina of 233. So this Pokemon, as it is a mythical Pokemon, it has really good stats, as you can see it. The best one is the attack, of course, so that means it will be dealing a lot of damage, guys. So that's basically what we want, or what we expect of legendary Pokemons and mythical Pokemons, guys. But anyways, as this Pokemon is a grass and also dark type Pokemon, it is very vulnerable to bug type Pokemons. Then it is vulnerable to fairy, fighting, ice, fire, flying, and finally poison. And it is resistant to psychic, dark, electric, ghost, grass, ground, and finally water type Pokemons. It has fast attacks as a bite and also wind whip. I'm sorry about that, guys. Bind Whip, and also as charge moves, it has Dark Pulse, Power Whip, and finally Energy Ball. The best moveset for this Pokemon would be Bind Whip and finally Power Whip. So that would be it, guys. Let's go to the next Pokemon. Okay, guys. So finally, we're in the top three best grass type Pokemons in Pokemon Go, and here we have Mega Venusaur. Mega Venusaur is a grass and also a poison type Pokemon. It has a max CP of 4181, a attack of 241, a defense of 246, and finally stamina of 190. Okay, so guys, as you can see, it is a Mega Evolution. Mega Evolutions usually have so much better stats than their regular form. And yeah, that's pretty much what we can see here. It has a better CP, a better attack, a better defense, and the stamina, I think it remains the same. So that's not really important at all. But the defenses are really great and the attacks also great. So that's a point for Mega Venusaur. As the regular Venusaur, this one is also vulnerable to fire, flying, ice, and psychic type Pokemons, and it is resistant to grass, electric, fairy, fighting, and also water type Pokemons. It has the same fast attacks and charge moves as the regular Venusaur, and the best counter, I mean, moveset for this Pokemon would be Wine Beep and also Frenzy Plant. As I told you guys before, to have more coverage, I would recommend you guys to use a Sludge Bomb. That way you can get rid of fairy type Pokemons and other stuff like that. So yeah, let's go to the next Pokemon, guys. Okay, guys, so in the second place we have Cardana. Cardana is a grass and also steel type Pokemon. It is originally from the seventh generation of Pokemon, Alola or Pokemon Sun and Moon. It is one of the Ultra Beast. And so let's go to the stats. It has a max CP of 4160. I'm sorry, 56, a attack of 323, a defense of 182, and finally stamina of 139. Guys, as you can see, the attack of this Pokemon is like is a lot. Like it's the highest attack that I've seen so far in the top. So that's something to talk about Cardana. The defenses are regular, but the stamina, guys, 139, that's nothing to be honest. So I would consider this Pokemon a glass cannon. It will be dealing a lot of damage, like a huge amount of damage, but it won't be resisting a lot. But whatever, we can have like everything in the same Pokemon. It will be like a god or something like that. Only Arceus can do that. But yeah, whatever. This Pokemon is weak against fire and also fighting type Pokemons, and it is resistant to grass, dragon type Pokemons, electric, fairy, normal, poison, psychic, rock, steel, and finally water type Pokemons, guys. This Pokemon has as fast attack Razor Leaf and also Air Slash, and as charge moves it has Aerial Ace, Night Slash, X Scissor, and finally Leaf Blade. The best moveset for this Pokemon would be Razor Leaf and Leaf Blade. So yeah, let's go to the next Pokemon, guys. And finally, guys, in the first position of this top tier, we have a Mega Sceptile. Mega Sceptile is a grass and also a dragon type Pokemon. It has a max CP of 4585, a attack of 320. Guys, I have to say that the Kartana has just like 3 points more than Mega Sceptile when we talk about the attack. So Kartana still wins, guys. But anyways, it has a defense of 186 and a final stamina of 172. Guys, okay, I have to say something. Both of the Pokemon that are in the top 1 and top 2 of the best grass type Pokemons, they're basically both glass cannons. They all have like huge amounts of attacks, and also the stamina and defenses are really bad. In case of a Mega Sceptile, they're a little bit better than Kartanas, but they're still the same. It still remains like a glass cannon in my opinion, guys. So basically this Pokemon will be dealing a lot of damage but won't be able to resist that much attacks. But whatever, this Pokemon is very weak against ice type Pokemons. It's a double vulnerability. Then it is vulnerable to bug, dragon, fairy, flying, and finally poison type Pokemons. It is resistant to electric, grass, water, and also ground. It has the same attacks, I mean fast attacks as the regular Sceptile. So we have Fury Cutter and also Bullet Seed, and as Charge move, we literally have the same ones. Earthquake, Aerial Ace, Dragon Claw, Leaf Blade, Frenzy Plant. That one's from Community Day, and finally Breaking Swipe. The best moveset for this Pokemon would be Fury Cutter and also Frenzy Plant, guys. But if you guys want to have like more coverage or something, I would recommend you guys to use it with Fury Cutter, Frenzy Plant, and maybe Breaking Swipe. That way you'll be able to counter some Dragon type Pokemons, or yeah, I think that will basically be it, guys. This Pokemon is